Hello everyone, it is Saturday, November 21st, and we are here in Uncle Jimmy's apartment with Uncle Jimmy and Uncle Tony and Mom, and Hugh is running the camera. And
everybody
Uncle,
wave.
We are going to get our wonderful uncles and mother to tell us some stories. And this was inspired after I viewed the video that Sue posted that she did like 28 years ago of Mom and Dad about their childhood. And it inspired me to really want to come, and especially I thought of Uncle Tony's story that he told at the family reunion about our grandpa. So, first of all, Uncle Tony, I'm going to start with you. I remember you talking about how Grandpa even got here, the backstory of Grandpa coming to the United States. He was in the military or the Navy or something.
We have a picture of him in a uniform, and nobody really knows what or how long he was. He was in for a little short time, but I think just for a couple of days or something. But the story is that he left Holland because of either a girlfriend or a business deal, and took off because he was whatever. And that he traveled, I know he talked about being on a ship, in the Bay of Bengal by India where the water was rough, and about the other things about the ship, and about the fire boiler room and being on the ship. And then the end of it was that he was in Texas, I think Port Arthur. And something was happening on the ship, and they feared for their safety. And that's when he left the ship and came to this country. And then he started traveling with this buddy of his, Floyd. And one story was that he was headed for the canal, the Panama Canal, but that they found out on the way down there that the malaria was killing a lot of people, so they turned around and headed back north.
So was
and
Floyd
somehow
on
they
the
ended
ship
up
too?
in the Ghent area.
Was Floyd on the ship too, to your knowledge?
Evidently, yes.
Okay.
I think Floyd was on the ship, and somehow Floyd left Ghent, and I think Pa said something about he found a letter laying in a ditch or something that either Floyd had written to him, or there was some story about a letter that would have kept him in contact with this Floyd, but it never happened. Mm-hmm. And so that was he talked about Floyd a lot. Nothing specific, but just talk stories about their travels.
Well, when they left...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, when they left Port Arthur, what happened between the time they left Port Arthur and they went to Ghent? How long do you think it was? Do you know?
I don't really know. I don't even know how many years we're talking about, or months, or this, from the time he left home till he ended up in Ghent and married. I really don't know. But the next time that we even heard or anything with the Floyd story was when Floyd drove on the yard the day he died. Pa died.
And Uncle Jimmy, you actually got to talk to Floyd then, right?
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Do you remember any part of that conversation?
Not no more, I don't. I talked to one I did.
Yeah.
But I don't, like I say, I wish...
We could take a picture of it.
I know that the interesting thing is that Pa used to say I should write a book, or somebody should, and he would have been willing to share his life story, because he mentioned writing a book a number of times, but I didn't have the interest in doing it, or there were other things that seemed to be more pressing.
When you're young, you don't have the foresight of the value of that.
I'm sure that if you were around and we said that, they'd be sitting down.
Well, when I first heard the story, I didn't have anything to write it down, but I went back home and I wrote down. In fact, I have it in my wallet, just some outline of the story.
But he mentioned it a number of times about. He said, he felt his life was interesting enough that it would make a good book.
What was the
that I got from it?
The amount of time? So when they left Port Arthur, You don't need to show me.
Okay, I'm going to stop it for a minute.